There's some feedback from someone. I don't know who it is, but maybe it's me. All right, we're live.
So I'm just opening the Photoshop, and there's like layer 7, and then layer 7 untitled. I'm deleting the layer 7 untitled, and then it will work. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Probably people will receive notification on their YouTube. So let's wait like a few minutes until everyone get together, because today we have a big announcement.
Can people tune in if it's unlisted?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay, I'll have to make it public.
let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. Save.
Okay, take one. You want lunch? Take one.
We got. What's the word? Everyone, Joe. Everyone actors.
Oh yeah, everyone's an actor, but not everyone realizes they're an actor.
Let's play the game, guys.
Learned that one from Marlon Brando, their favorite actor. All right, I think we should be live. I don't know if any of you guys want to double check, but
I'm trying to double check. Yeah, we are live. What OS update, right?
yes. Amazing.
Let me check the sound.
Amazing.
Hello, everyone. We are live with our regular work call. Every Wednesday, this group of people get together to, we call it Writer's Room, to talk about what we can do, what's next, and that's our only weekly sync that we have. And today we decided to share this call with you because we made a big announcement last week, and I'd say, Pasha, we went live officially on Monday. We launched on Wednesday. We've been testing it for a few days, and Monday, that's a full go mode. And people should receive YouTube notifications, and let's wait a couple of minutes until everyone get together and we can talk for a few minutes about what it is, what's coming, and why this invention is so important for all the people in the world, and for technology, computer science, and Bitcoin. We've been working on this problem for a while now, and a lot is only tip of the iceberg. And 4 years ago, we posted a video where we were asking, how are we going to make it without VC from Silicon Valley or Goldman Sachs consultants, the network of people, the meetups? Well, we found an answer, and today we want to share it with you. If you want to have a better experience, go to lot246.com right now, and if you're not a user, register and just enjoy this revolution.
The meme.
And the meme. Guys, what do you think? How was last week?
Actually, I think it's questions to your video to make sure to.
The last week was absolutely mad because of our rhythm, our tempo, our rush to release something new. But I showed that this was totally worth it. because right now we have strong validation of our idea, our design, and the math behind the system. It's very important.
It feels like a new game map that you want to check every day, no? Like I feel like every waking moment since it's launched, I do my best to not check it because I know that's perhaps not the pace at which things move. But every time that I check it, there's a surprise, which is
Yeah.
it's really like it's got its own life, it's got its own feet, it's crawling on its own four limbs, and it has nothing to do with what we did up to that point. And I think that's like pure magic. Feels like animation, like of a different kind,
Yeah, that's what I love about it, because at the same time it feels like a game, and yet this is the most serious thing we've ever made.
Rebirth,
Yeah.
full rebirth.
I agree.
Been a long time long time coming, and it's finally through the pipelines. So big congrats, Pash. You are a superhero. I've had people ask me, how many people did you have to pull this off? And it's such a beautiful question because they're already preparing themselves for a surprise, which is amazing. Surprise! It's one man.
There, I
No, sorry. Go ahead.
can only subscribe. No, I'm sorry for interrupting. I can only subscribe. I just was eating this morning croissant. It's early morning after all, but I agree with Ilera 100%. This feels, after all this work, it feels like we finally cracked the code. It feels like we pushed it to the way we're supposed to be. And special shout out to Pasha, Lera, for pushing this just to the next dimension. It's just a proof of how artificial the reality we live in. It has nothing to do with America, it has nothing to do with Russia, it has nothing to do with language we speak or how we look. We use technology how it's supposed to be used, like a printing press, to deliver a message. And now we have a tool to scale it, and as Joe said, it has its own legs. It will grow by itself. And you can see it, you can contribute right now. Anyone on earth can contribute right now. That's the power of Bitcoin. We've been working to some, is there any questions? I'm curious.
Gabriel Maxime is saying it's nice to see you live again. Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
We're happy to be live again.
I like the analogy of the printing press to technology, because I feel like that's at the end of the day how people are beginning to realize cryptocurrency is, and also beginning to realize just what everything else is. Like the resistance to it in the beginning, the crypto conversation at large was this fear of this new printing press, because it basically told them that nothing was real. But now they realize that, like, oh, wait a second, this printing press called cryptocurrency is the new publishing protocol, and it really just calls out everything else as, like, for what it is. And it's beautiful, because I think it's liberating to operate from that seat where not necessarily nothing is real, but that anything is possible. Daniel
Hey, Daniel.
says hello.
I think that's a good segue to talk about, kind of put this question on the shelf right away. There's nothing personal between our choice of the currency. We have a lot of questions about Ethereum, altcoins, and the choice of Bitcoin. And this answer is simple. We preach the idea of community, decentralized society, and one of the pieces of the formula we believe is that community should have no face. And Bitcoin is exactly that. There's no face. It's a tool that you can use. It's free, and you don't have to be in no community to get in and start working with this tool right away. I would agree with some people saying that's the easiest and the craziest piece of technology we've seen by far, even compared to AI and self-driving cars. This is something so liberating, and it is hard to see this for anyone who never been outside of the system even for a bit. But coming from Russia, seeing how oppressed people can be, how coming to America, seeing how oppressed people can be in America, and with dollar, and how you scammed into this idea of dollar, and this Bitcoin solves all that. And with LOT, we've been missing that something, because we've been always in fight for those dollar margins, or someone would control someone's account, and etc. Bitcoin is free to use, and we think about it as Linux. We have an ambition to become a new Apple. We've been very vocal about this from day one. We think we know how to do it better, and respectfully, we raised and learned everything we know on Apple, but we know what's next. And we've been missing this final component, how to make it truly independent. True, not a marketing gimmick, when you actually backed by this VC, this military over there, this university over there, this grant over there, this rich person over there. No, fully independent. No one controls us. No one tells us what to do. No one can do anything to us. No one can seize our bank account. No one can close this company because it's Bitcoin. And that happens because of community of LOT users who believe in this from day one. And the only thing that kept us going was you guys. I remember the moment then we had some crazy events at LOT, and it was like, it's done. And COVID hit, and we understand, like, it's done. We can't go no further. And that was exactly third year. I was like, I guess that's it. We can't make it till 3 years. And it was like, I was in Moscow, and we were trying to figure out what to do for a month. And I went to kitchen, my wife, Mash, she was like, just try to do it with community last time. It worked.
Huge shout out to the community for the support all along.
No, thank you guys.
We've missed you too, Mike.
So with this, all I can say is that it's your tool now. It's transparent. There's no one, it's designed the way there's no one can win if no one wins. It's either we all win or we all lose. You can't short LOT. It's impossible to buy a share and sell it like they did to Tesla and everything else. Wall Street can't take anything from LOT. This is our own Wall Street. So because then you buy a LOT share, you keep it inside LOT. There's no option to cash out, ever. Because we believe that this system is so powerful that there will be everything from a toothbrush, toilet paper, food, water, basic seeds, basic tools, basic clothes, basic education, basic healthcare, basic shelter, all in LOT. where you don't even have to get dollars, sell some stock, exchange here, change here, exchange here, play with the currency. You don't have to have this headache, only so you can live life. So our idea here is that by using lot, you invest by default. Every product has a margin of shares in it. So then you buy a pair of socks, a percentage, just like it goes to logistics, or just like it goes to shipment, or just like it goes to lawyers, or just like it goes to packing labor, or it goes to transportation, to oil, to raw material. Some of the percentage will go to your shares. So there's no option where a user can buy product from lot and not own a piece of the company. We force a piece of the company on every user. So if you are a lot user and you log into lot account right now, and if you spend, if you've been with us on advanced plan, and if you've been on us on community plan, you already can see that we apply those funds to your account. You already own a piece of the company. Every user who ever subscribed to lot already own a piece of the company. We're not doing it like Uber, Airbnb, saying for marketing gimmick, you're a partner. And on paper, not so much, you're a corporate worker, you're a corporate employee at best. With lot, you're a partner, day one. Just because you bought socks, just because you bought a share, just because you trusted us and spent $200 2020 on community plan. We see you, we hear you, we reward everyone who ever contributed. Special shout out to, of course, everyone, initial founders who started this. You know, this was a crazy undertaking, big sacrifice on everyone. So this is just the beginning. Special shout out to all the angels who came to rescue us at hard moments. Sasha, you helped us a lot, and that saved the company, really. So your arc is coming. More on that. Joe, please. What's our next steps having this system? Like, are we doing arc? That's the question people want to know.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, of course. I think it's a dream that the best way to put it is like a mission to Mars. It's something that you plant your flag in to say this is what we're going to spend the next few decades developing. Big shout out to the first batch of investors in the idea. We shipped the first batch last week, more to come as we make the pre-orders available again in Bitcoin only. And then from there on, you know, I think the next step is to see, since for those who don't know, our production budget was reached recently.
Let's go! Guys, let's go.
So when Lot V2 launched, we set out a production budget, just really saying, you know what, this is no longer in our hands. We just built this wheel, and we said this is not our wheel to drive anymore, because this really is how the decentralized society will have to work. And so the wheel was built, we let it go, and less than 6 days later, the production budget that we set out of 2.5 Bitcoins was reached. So moment of congratulations on that milestone first, and then
Yes.
so round of applause. And secondly,
Round of applause, everyone waited for shipments and everything. It's coming. We reached our production budget. That's a big milestone. We can go back to physical packages ASAP. Physical packages are coming as soon as we start packing. So, guys, it's back any day now.
Yeah, and that's as soon as the shipment from China reaches LA. So once that happens,
Yes.
which is coming soon, we'll be able to get on that immediately. And then the next thing after that, so also a little bit of background, a very useful, I guess, point of conversation when I share the recent lot update to friends is the Paperclips game, because it's a very raw example of the kind of game economy we're trying to deploy with Lot V2. And in that game, you'll see lines appear, you'll see boxes appear, you'll just see more unfold as the game is engaged continuously. So this first milestone of 2.5 Bitcoin, I think will unlock other lines in that in this new UI, where one of them might even be ARC1 prototype budget. So you heard it here first. That's some pieces of where we're thinking next. Obviously, there's more that I'd say at this point is worth the discovery. So
We want to make everything transparent and show that you can play honestly, and you can play big, and you can have fun. All margins will be transparent, and the process of building will be transparent. It is transparent. ARC, it's a YouTube show, but we will probably close it all inside Lot. So that will be our world that will grow rapidly.
I think one interesting thing to note too with that is like I think the new sync is really beautiful because it's almost like a blockchain that's built on top of a blockchain, you know, in the sense that your OS now, one recent change is you'll see updates spat back at you in your home feed as soon as you make the changes. So anything you change in your settings gets logged and is transparently reported back to you. It's almost like Jarvis is coming alive and it's telling you every change that you've made, and it gives you immediate receipt. And that's such a more useful, like, kind of a feed to check than, you know, photos of distant friends in other feeds on their family vacation somewhere. Like it's this new world where instead of the goal of accumulating the most amount of friends, because that's the metric that the society measures wealth by, you accumulate only according to what you need, because we've learned that, like, you know, where the voice of truth is not where society is, and it's somewhere where you find it within yourself. And I think that's a beautiful reflection of the protocol that we've built on top of, which I think is great timing in light of everything that's happened in, you could say, the financial world, but the world at large, because recently there have been back-to-back conversations of what is finance, what is money, what is investment, what is fiat, what is crypto, what is Uniswap. And a large conversation that I think was in the air was what kind of a company will be built on top of this Bitcoin protocol that reflects the protocol itself. And with this recent Coinbase IPO, there's a lot of conversations of like, what's the point of investing in Coinbase? You know, like Jack Dorsey on Twitter will post a link to now you can invest in Coinbase to invest in Bitcoin. You know, like an alternative way to invest in Bitcoin is through Coinbase. And it's like this old company structure of doing things built on top of this new protocol. And I think what's really beautiful about this OS update is like it's really like the blockchain company for the blockchain protocol, so to speak. And obviously, just a first draft, and you can imagine where this home feed might go as we ungray the modules listed in the modules horizontal menu bar. Because if you just imagine, you know, where these feeds can apply as these modules unlock, it just gives you a little bit of peek into some of what we're thinking about here. And all I can say is I'm very excited to be here and to have all of you guys a part of it.
imagine this. You are, yeah, I think this is sums everything up. We will be, you guys have all updates from everyone, Joe, Pasha, Lara, me. Joe sums up it perfectly. That's a layer on top of Bitcoin that people were missing. I have Bitcoin, but how I use it? Do I hold? Do I use it instead of gold? Is it my new bank account? Well, we come up with a system that keeps Bitcoin. You don't spend it, you keep it inside the system. It was missing, the circular economy for Bitcoin. And what was missing is not a product or some business plan. What was missing is an understanding of the truth that we have to move and change this fast, because my son, I don't want him to experience what I experienced. And that's my mission. I want by the year 2046, my son's son will have an option to not participate in this system entirely. I'm free, but I'm 35 years old. And I spent majority of my life to get free. I was in prison since I'm, 15, 14, 13, like all of us. No more. Imagine these guys.
No filters. Like really beautiful thing about this OS is there are companies out there who actually, before I go there, I think a good thought to think about is that the beautiful thing about this money conversation concerning cryptocurrency is that people realize that like what's real is just a thin veil, and what's behind the thin veil is just nothing but thin air. And they realize that, you know, with the hype surrounding all the recent cashing out to pay back student loans or cashing out on old work in progress art to sell as NFTs, is that money is not real. It's as thin as air. And in the future where my kid is 15, I want my kid to make money as easily as he breathes air. And the filters that we have to ask for permission to get that, I think is what is the ceiling that we're trying to crack. Because even in companies that realize that, oh, okay, cool, there's this conversation about a decentralized community that sourced from this conversation found in a decentralized protocol called the blockchain for, you know, a new type of currency. Even companies that recognize that will build a crowdfunding campaigns from the community where it's just like a mass market of friends and family, you know, that have no shared journey with the group of people that is building the company. And they'll raise millions through a filter, you know, like they won't even raise it themselves. They'll go to like Crowdcube, and it's really, it's fascinating and it's beautiful to watch, because I think the filterless like wheel that we've built, I think gets somewhere that I haven't seen anyone else do, and that just makes me really excited, because I think when you build the source of something to be so pure, like this is really where I think it'll become the most fun for you guys as the community, because you'll really feel like this thing is something you just directly drive without a filter. Like you don't have to go through someone to get lot shares. You don't have to go through someone who's been to Harvard to explain to you the math. You don't need someone who's worked 10 years at a Silicon Valley startup or a hedge fund to give you advice on how you feel about engaging with this company a lot. Like you just go directly to the company, and anything that you purchase automatically has some value of shares, and anything that you put into your lot wallet directly contributes to how healthy the engine continues. So, really excited about where this is going. But you're muted.
it's just beautiful way to really summarize everything, Joe. Thank you. It's that's what we have for now. I wanted to have you to everyone imagine this one scenario, and you are somewhere safe for now in California, Sequoia. It could be anywhere, deep Russia, deep Europe. You in your ark with your family, your friends. Food, water, hygiene. You haven't been worried about this for the past couple of years because it's as easy as just electricity. The service comes to you and serve your ark. If you pay a little extra, by users. There's no hierarchy. There's no janitor, class, and high class. We all work for each other. It's truly a new American factory. We come here and we use this land so we can build beautiful, beautiful life for us and for our kids. You see it in the ark? There's light, it's warm. It smells amazing. It's completely off-grid. It works with the solar panels. It uses Starlink and eventually our own internet. So you experience the fastest internet possible, faster than in this retro cities that we live right now. You experience the most amazing food because we're not giving you processed junk. We're giving you raw materials and teach you how to cook food with your kids, with passion, with love. So you love yourself. You give yourself information every day through food, through working with, through labor, through growing your own food, or hunting your own food, if you wish to eat meat. In this ark, it's not some outlaw, homeless lifestyle like it's that this nomadic lifestyle can kind of present it. It's opposite. We call it hippie 24/6. This is like the ultimate cyberpunk is not when you live in Blade Runner megastore. It's when you live deep in nature. You're completely independent. Remember that CEO and Ex Machina. That's the lifestyle that's how it's supposed to be. Community centers will be like recharge centers, and we think about cities as community centers where we all will believe in nature, meet together, build something, disperse. We not report to no one because we're not related to real estate, we're not related to no bank organizations. We only have to respect basic law, basic common sense, and respect the land. And we will not even do that. We think to enhance that. We think a lot can contribute to California, period, with its travel. Organizing this, just like Tesla did with superchargers, but next level. Bringing the byproduct, in the best possible way of saying this, byproduct is the universe of flow. Socks, toothbrush, toothpaste, full hygiene, for you, for your partner, for your kids. Everything included. That's only possible on Bitcoin. Because the margins we're after, and the speed we're after, we can't deal with governments, we can't deal with banks, we can't deal with these loans, as just said. And if you want to participate, now is the moment. The system is automated. The shares getting more expensive with every new subscriber. If you want to participate, buy even one share now, because that's the moment. 5 years from now, Lot will be one of the biggest startups people talk about. 20 years from now, we will challenge Apple and its monopoly, because we're bringing technology on the next level.
Yeah.
Guys, I just wanted to have one personal message. I feel like I need a closure, and you can be here, but you can leave. I just wanted to say, before we end this call, from deep of my heart, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and so it's not like some crazy talk. Silicon Valley
fuck you. We coming after you. Easy. All day.
Every day.